Well then, I am back after uploading for 2 months, and holy shit, what has even happened? It feels like every time I upload, things are really calm, but when I don't, things go horribly wrong. Let's just roll that intro. Heading to the race week, there was a lot of news to cover, which I hadn't covered for 2 months. With PIA having unbanned engine developments for before Monza, championship contenders LK have turned the car from a contender to a pretender. If you don't get that joke, then you've been making good life choices. The Motorsports, however, had something good happen to them for once. Dan has left the Dutch outfit and instead opted for the team LK. And I think I have now found this the cause of the sudden drop in pace from LK. With the Dutch outfit having Disco drive alone again, they opted to sign Finley, which was another good gamble from the team. With ex-comedy review punching bag Finley having looked as incompetent as some random Mexico fella over here, it was a huge gamble by the team, and boy did it pay off. Disco's ex-teammate Dan has also opted for making his own team in Season 9. Then the Welshman sent for Greenville. I swear this man's making all the wrong choices. At this point I wonder if Disco was just driving so on purpose in Mexico earlier on in the season. LKRMSV having struggled with the tractor since Monza, the team has begged for Dutch Motorsports to give them their engine. With the Dutch outfit seeing profits here, and of course taking that deal. Red Tree GP, however, has become a Dutch Recon Motorsports junior team. Yeah, I wonder how that team even exists to this day. They have been super dead and yet they exist. I just think that PIA is paying them at this point. Red Tree GP would bring lots of upgrades by blatantly copying Dutch Recon Motorsports. Greenbull is guilty of this as well, but the Dutch outfit doesn't mind. Dutch Recon Motorsports have also brought a one-off livery to Vietnam, only for their Grand Prix to be cancelled. Then they brought a one-off livery to the Dutch Grand Prix, where Disco dominated. The Dutchman was coming off of an historical race weekend, the race before, having the biggest gap from P1 to P2. The Dutchman wrote history in the Netherlands as well, having been the first PIA driver in history to score a Grand Slam. Now, let's head into FP1. Free Practice 1 started off smoothly, with Disco slapping his car in first place. I couldn't find any highlights though, only screenshots. Let's just move on to Free Practice 2. FP2 rolled around and I don't have footage. All I can say, Disco wasn't participating. He was probably partying somewhere else. Let's head to FP3. FP3 rolled around the next day and the Red Trees have taken inspiration from Lance Stroll, Paris, Lucas Sargent and Mr. Egghead. With the Red Trees terrorizing Disco and Dan, prohibiting the two from setting a normal lap. It was Dan fastest in the initial runs. Then Disco decided to spice up the session, with the Dutchman going fastest. Somehow there were fans attending as well. I wonder why. Let's head into qualifying. Qualifying rolled around 2 hours later. It was Disco all fastest all 3 sessions until Finley went fastest and took the track record, which was later then denied. PRA then had an aneurysm and let Finley start from pole. It was Finley on pole, Disco second, Big Fella third, and Dan fourth. Greeno had to start from the back because he didn't attend quali. Let's head into the race. The race rolled around and it was lights out. It wouldn't take long, however, before we got a virtual safety car. When we got underway, however, Disco dropped the last. Greeno then sent Disco into the pit wall. We got another virtual safety car though, and then we went racing again. Disco, Greeno and Finley all made pit stops and Finley sped in the pits, with the Scotsman blaming it on being in the wrong gear. Lap 7 rolled around, and we got another virtual safety car. Then it ended and we got back on our way. It was both Dutch Recon's 4th and 5th. Greeno somehow with God's grace in 3rd, Dan in 1st, and Big Fella for Red Sheep GP in the 2nd. We got back on our way and Dan squeezed Greeno to the wall. A red flag came around, and when we restarted, Greeno got crashed by Finley. Mind I add, after the shit show that's called Monza, PIA introduced a new rule. All drivers can crash out twice. After that, you are out. Lap 11 rolled around and Disco sent a dive bomb on the inside of Big Fella at turn 2. Disco then had another move up the inside at turn 3. Big Fella then forced Disco off, which caused Disco to crash Finley out. Lap 15 restart happened and Disco had a great start. and jumped ahead of Dan. The Green Bull did not like that, however, crashing into the back of Disco. Behind the two were Greeno and Finley, with Greeno sending Finley into the pit 1, potentially out of the race. That wasn't the case, however, with Greeno getting a 5-second time penalty for that. Greeno's terrorism wasn't over yet. The Brits taking out Disco a few laps later and getting another penalty for that incident as well. Then it got pretty boring, so I'm going to skip to the end. Dan wins the Grand Prix with Disco being in second after penalty being applied to Greeno. Big Fella third, Greeno fourth, and Finley fifth. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.